All right, so we pretty much covered everything that I had planned. That's in the syllabus. Everything is covered. The only yeah, it's 5 minutes for this process. Hold on. One small topic students should be aware of. We're not doing any problems or anything on this, but it's a topic they should be aware of. Maximum power transfer theorem essentially states in order for maximum power to be transferred from first circuit to the second one, the resistances must match up. Meaning if you have circuit 1 with a Thevenin resistance of RT and you have a load resistor circuit 2, the resistance must equal, meaning RT should be equal to RTH of the first one. Yeah, that's maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power does not mean maximum efficiency at max power. Typical efficiency is around 50% or less. Theoretically, it would be exactly 50% because if both resistances are equal, then the voltage being supplied is going to drop exactly 50% across both RT and RL. So maximum power transfer theorem has a wide range of applications, especially in audio applications, audio amplifiers, electric vehicles, where you're always trying to do a compromise and a trade-off between maximum power and maximum efficiency. Okay, so maximum power equals about 50% efficiency. But that's maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, so again, we're not doing any problems based on this, but this is an important theorem that one should keep in mind. Okay, let's talk about the final exam. So that's the final exam. And your scheduled final exam is on, well, by the way, this page has been up since the first day of the quarter. So your final exam is on Monday of finals week, which is June 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. in this classroom. It's the final exam schedule is always it's set by the university far in advance. So the final exam schedule for like the next year is already set. Okay. If you go on the website, which is where you can check the final exam schedule for all your classes. Okay. Everything is already set. So you can always check up your schedule anytime you want. There's also a downloadable PDF. You can download that anytime you want. Anyway, according to the university schedule, we are supposed to meet here on the Monday of finals week from June 9th. If you need more time to prepare, you have an alternative. You can take it with any of my other sections, either on the Wednesday of finals week or the Friday of finals week. Okay, so June 11th and June 13th, right here. And it's again from 1 to 4 p.m. right here in this classroom. You also, if you want to get done early, you also have an option to get done early on the Saturday before finals week, which is June 7th. Okay. That exam is also from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., but it is not in this classroom. It's in building 20. Building 20 is the EE building, Engineering East. I'm assuming you have stepped foot in that building for the lab. And room 131, which is on the corner. So if you go from this building to building 20, as soon as you enter in that corner, that's the first building to your right. I mean, first room to your right. So again, room 131. If you are taking the exam on Monday, which is at your regularly scheduled time, you do not need to do anything except show up on that day in this classroom. However, if you choose to take it in any of the other three options, alternative time, please let me know by submitting this form at the end. Okay, again, this form has been up since the first day of class. So you submit this form only if you wish an alternative time. All right. You will not receive a notification for your request. At the top of this page, I have, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday requests that are approved. And I update this every so often, meaning if your request was received prior to this date and time, your request is approved. If your request was sent in by 12 p.m. today, your request is approved. And I'll keep updating this. For several years, I've never had an issue accommodating all requests. This quarter, the classroom is big. 131 is also big. I can accommodate more than 40 students in the classroom. And so it's never been an issue, and I don't foresee it being an issue this quarter. So if you request an alternative time, you can request an alternate time all the way till the end, and that's fine. You can request an alternative time, and let's say on the day of the final, you still don't feel prepared. You requested a Saturday, but you don't want to come in on a Saturday. You want to come in on the Monday or the Tuesday or the Wednesday. That is fine. Okay, but just let me know. You can submit multiple requests on that form. So whatever your last request is what I will honor and accept. Okay. So again, if you want to get done early, you have Saturday as an option. If you want to get done late, then Wednesday and Friday is also an option. Just let me know via that form, right? Exam is mandatory. It's not optional, meaning it's part of your overall grade. It's not dropped. There is no Zoom option. There's no online option. The exam is in person. It's a paper-based exam. I will hand out the question sheet and I will hand out the answer sheet. So students come in, sit at the desk. It's first come, first serve. Sit wherever you wish. 15-20 minutes after you begin the exam, I will come around with a sign-in sheet. So you need to have your Cal Poly ID or a state ID. Okay, I will come around, we'll check your ID. You will sign in. At the end of the exam, you need to sign out. Okay, so once you're done, do not just leave the exam at your desk. Do not leave it on my desk. You need to sign out. I need to have 2 signatures on my sign-in sheet. Okay, if I do not have 2 signatures, then I'm not going to grade the exam. So again, do not just leave the exam and exit the room. You will sign in and sign out. Signature is basically just writing your name on it, like first name, last name, that's it. Okay, and the date. Now again, I'll explain this on the day of the final also. Again, paper-based exam, you need an ID. Have your Cal Poly ID with you on the day of the exam. If you do not have your Cal Poly ID, at least have a state ID like a driver's license or something else. Something that can verify your identification. Okay. So sign in, sign out. Those are the rules. Then you won't have an equation sheet because you don't need one. It's open book, open notes, but it's not open internet. Typically, I sit at the very back of the room. Students can use their tablets, their laptops, and their electronic devices to access the course material. But internet access is restricted only to the course material, meaning the textbook, the class notebook, solutions, homework, etc. Nothing else. No chat GPT, nothing else. As I said, students can use their laptops, they can use their tablets, but not smartphones. Okay. I will sit at the very back for proctoring. So internet access limited only to course material, nothing else. Calculator is permitted, of course, and you can print and write and bring anything, bring it with you. Let's see. That should have been edited. Should be edited. Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it's all about resistive circuit analysis. So there will be one big problem. Okay, big problem in the sense. Okay, let me explain. There'll be one problem. The problem is going to ask you to determine the Thevenin and Norton equivalent circuit. Okay. Now, for the analysis technique, I will specify determine either the current or the voltage, like determine the Thevenin voltage using node voltage analysis, for example, and then determine the Norton current using only mesh current analysis. Does that make sense? And then I would ask you to determine the Thevenin resistance. So it's testing multiple things. It's also testing you how the student can set up the Thevenin and Norton analysis. Then you'll perform the analysis using a specific method. So you will choose a specific method unless I state it in the problem, meaning for the Thevenin Norton problem, I will state it. So that one single problem is going to test multiple topics. Okay, it's going to test voltage division, current division. It's going to assess Ohm's law. Ohm's law, of course, you're going to be applying. If it's node voltage analysis, it automatically assesses KCL plus Ohm's law. Mesh current analysis is going to assess KVL and Ohm's law. I will not assess it separately. Make sense? So in that sense, chapters 1, 2, 3, 4 will be combined and assessed together. Then there'll be superposition. I will assess superposition separately. Not source transformation. I won't do that. And then one problem on op-amps. Okay. All told, the final exam should not exceed, I want to say around 50 to 70 points, not more. I don't see it exceeding 75. So somewhere between 50 and 75 points. Okay. I might have some short answer questions here or there, but just a few of those. Okay. Not more than that. Prep work is in-class quizzes. I'll have the solutions and everything posted online just a couple of days. And so in-class quizzes, the homework, nothing out of like, okay, hey, what's this? We've never seen this before. So nothing like that. Okay. As long as students are able to apply the steps correctly in the correct order, you should be fine. Okay. So it's not going to be exactly the same as what you've seen through the quarter, but be very similar. Okay. You're not going to, it'll be similar, but we still expect students to apply a slightly higher level of learning. Okay. You learn 2 + 2 in class. I'm not going to ask you 2 + 2 in the exam. It's a slightly higher bit of learning. Does that make sense? All right, questions. I will update this topics list shortly by tonight. Yes. If you want, yes. The question being asked is, do we have the full 3 hours? The answer is yes. 2 hours and 50 minutes. Some students might get done within 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but everybody has the full time. No matter which day you take the exams will be different, but the level of complexity and the number of points would be the same. So taking it earlier or later is not going to give you a competitive advantage, nor put you at a disadvantage. Okay. And no class Wednesday, no class Friday. I will be available for office hours, if you will, during this time. So if you have any questions, feel free to come by. On Wednesday, 3 to 4, 2 to 3 questions. Yeah, so I'll be in my office from 3 to 4. So if you have any questions, and I'll be available all week long, even during finals week, I will be available. So if you have questions, send me an email. If you have questions and want to hop onto Zoom, I'm happy to meet on Zoom. Saturday, Sunday, anytime. Saturday, I'm going to be here on campus, so I'll be in my office. So if you want to stop by and have a question before exam, I'd be happy to answer that. Okay. All right. We'll end class here today. Thank you for a good quarter. Hopefully you all learned something. And carry forward these learnings. The Canvas course will close, but the Pearson course will remain open for another year or so, which you will need again for 211, 212. All right. Evaluations are open, and I sent out an email regarding the evaluations. So please submit those as and when you can.
There's something over there, like this, and it